Architects from all around the world are constantly competing with one another to design infrastructure wonders that will break records and make their space the location of the world's biggest buildings. Some structures simply take your breath away with their stunning beauty. There are numerous breathtaking constructions in the world, and each of them is, without a doubt, an incredibly tall skyscraper. These structures can be found anywhere from China to the United States and the Middle East. These structures, which range from the O2 Arena in the United Kingdom to the world's largest indoor water park in Germany, are the largest buildings in the world as measured by volume. 10. The Palace of Parliament in London. The Palace of Parliament in Bucharest, which is located in Romania, is the largest administrative facility in the world that is dedicated to civilian usage, making it larger than the Pentagon in the United States of America. This enormous structure has a length of 270 meters, a height of 86 meters, and a depth of 92 meters below ground. It has a total of 20 levels, 8 of which are located underground, and it has more than 3,000 rooms, most of which are unoccupied. The palace was first constructed in 1984 to serve as the location of the Romanian parliament, but it was never finished. It is comprised of a variety of halls, galleries, and office spaces. It is one of the most expensive structures in the world and weighs an astonishing 498,500,000 kilos because of its construction made of marble, cement, steel, crystal, and glass. It is also one of the heaviest buildings on Earth. Number 9. The O2 Arena. The O2 facility, located in southeast London, is a large multi-purpose facility that has a capacity of an astounding 20,000 people. It was constructed underneath the pre-existing Millennium Dome, which is the reason why it is so easy to distinguish. The Millennium Dome is the largest in the world, and it was designed by the architect Sir Richard Rogers. It was opened in 2000 to mark the new millennium. It ceased operations and subsequently served as the venue for several less significant gatherings until returning in 2007 as the O2 in the middle of intense public and political scrutiny. The vast event and exhibition venue was designed with the intent to being as adaptable as time would allow. It is now possible to convert it into an ice rink, a sports court, a conference center, and most importantly, a music venue. Over 600,000 pints of beer were sold at its different events in 2015, which set a new sales record for the company. Number 8. Inex Sippu. On the boundary of Sippu and Kerava in Finland is where you'll find the enormous logistics facility known as Inex Sippu, which specializes in the distribution of groceries and other consumer goods. It was constructed in 5 distinct portions between the years of 2016 and 2019, and it can process thousands of items of consumer goods, ranging from perishables to dry foods, in a variety of different warehouses and temperature zones. The building's cutting-edge automated equipment makes it possible to sift through over 1.4 million different units every single day, including trays, trolleys, and store pallets, among other things. The train warehouse can hold a maximum of 550,000 trays by itself. The only part of the operation that requires human involvement is peeling off the protective film from the pallets. The rest of the work is carried out solely by machines. Number 7. The building for the assembly of spacecraft at NASA. The NASA Vehicle Assembly Building, which is located at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, is the 4th largest building in the world as measured by volume. The concrete and steel VAB building is more than 3 times the size of the Empire State Building in New York City. The astounding height of the VAB building is 160 meters and its length is 218 meters. The exterior of the building features one of the largest painted American flags ever created, which required more than 6,000 gallons of paint to complete. Number 6. Center for Composite Wings of Boeing. As a facility for the construction of the world's largest composite wings for the 777X airliner, the Boeing Composite Wing Center was established near Washington. The building, which is longer than more than 21 football fields and wider than more than 21 football fields, is so enormous that its construction required more than 31,000 tons of steel and more than 4 million hours of labor. Because the facility is so massive, it is capable of housing 3 of the world's largest cylindrical autoclaves. These autoclaves are essentially pressurized ovens that are used to bake composite airplane parts. Each of these autoclaves is large enough to contain the fuselages of 2 Boeing 737 aircraft. Number 5. Meyer Wharf Dachau 2. Ships such as passenger ferries, research vessels, container ships, and the most elegant cruise liners from P&O to celebrity cruises are all crafted at the Meyer Wharf Dachau 2 in Germany, which is one of the top 3 largest shipbuilding halls on the entire planet. In addition to being the largest dry dock in the world, it also has the 5th most usable space of any building on the entire planet. Number 4. Elementium. The Atrium in Germany is the 4th largest building in the world as measured by its usable volume. It was originally constructed to build aircraft and is located in Krostadt, which is close to Berlin. At one point in time, it held the status of being the most massive freestanding aircraft hangar in the world. However, due to financial limitations, the airship was never constructed, and in 2002, the cargo lifter company went out of business and went into insolvency. Several years later, the Arium was then transformed into a mammoth indoor theme park known as Tropical Islands Resort, which at the time held the record for the largest indoor water park anywhere in the world. Today, the enormous indoor water park features a myriad of pools and water rides that guests may enjoy while the temperature is kept at a comfortable preset level of 26 degrees Celsius. Number 3. Plant Jean-Luc Lagardère. Those that were constructed for a specific reason at the Toulouse-Blagnac Airport in France is where you'll find the significant industrial aviation complex known as the Jean-Luc Lagardère plant. In terms of total usable space, it is the second largest building in the world. It is in this facility that the Airbus A380, which is the largest passenger airplane in use today, is brought to fruition. This gigantic structure was finished in 2004, and it is estimated that it required more than 50,000 tons of steel to construct. Because it is so large, the concluding steps of the aircraft's assembly and the ground testing procedures can both be completed within its confines. Number 2. The magnificent mosque in Mecca. The Grand Mosque of Mecca, sometimes referred to as the Al-Masjid al-Haram, is considered to be the holiest of sacred locations in Islamic tradition. It is the largest mosque in the world and also one of the oldest. It may be found in the country of Saudi Arabia. It should come as no surprise that the mosque itself is one of the largest buildings in the world because it can accommodate millions of worshippers at any given moment. Only the Boeing Everett factory in the United States produces more than it does, which is saying something considering how many times it has been extended over the years. The Holy Kaaba, which is decked up in black and gold and dates back to a time even before the Prophet Muhammad himself, serves as the focal point of the mosque. Number 1. The Boeing Company's factory. When considering both volume and usable space, the Boeing Everett factory in Washington, United States, is the largest building that has ever been constructed in the history of the planet. It was constructed in 1967 to make it easier to assemble airplanes, most specifically Boeing aircraft ranging from the 747 to the 787. It is so large that it utilizes 1 million light bulbs, but it does not require a heating system since the 15,000 people who work here and the intense machinery that generates heat produce more than enough energy to heat the factory. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.